Well, hello and welcome to my channel, Age is Just a Number. And my name is Barbara Jean. This is a channel for women over 40, 50, 60, 70 and beyond who have a love of fashion and beauty. And today we're talking about some beauty products. Now, I am on the downhill slide to 65. So, the main product that I want to talk about today is something that has been around for now 13 years. I'm sure you saw it in the title, but it is the Maybelline Maybelline Instant Age Rewinder, also called Eraser. Now, I've bought several of these in my lifetime. This is the pink, and it's more of a brightener, but it is also a concealer. This little jewel here is probably one of the most popular drugstore concealers of all time. It has won many awards. And I think it was the best concealer in 2018 by Allure magazine, was just one of them. I was trying to look back and see what information I could find on this. But something too that I noticed, that when you look at the concealers and some of the products that the brands use, the models that they use on them, always seem to be, the majority of them are very young. They probably don't need concealers. So, they don't hire them for their bad skin. So I wanted to just put this to the test on a very mature woman, being that I am almost 65 years old, or I will be this coming July. So that's going to be a big celebration for me. I haven't decided quite yet what I'm going to do, but it's going to be a big celebration. So we're going to take a look at this and see. Now, when I went back and started looking at videos of these young women that have been doing this, there's been very few women, the mature women, that have focused on this. So I wanted to just see how it compares to me and into my age group for the mature women here. Now, when I see these young women, I mean, they put it on pretty heavy. Pretty darn heavy. And I just want to, we're going to play with this and just see. We'll put it on, and then I'll put on my other makeup and everything. But let's just take a moment, or a little bit of time, a few minutes, just to reflect on how important this has been in the last 13 years in history, in drugstore history, brand importance here. So let's get started. Now, what I'm going to do is, I am doing this, I've started the camera back off, because this is how a lot of, if you look at mature women, especially here on YouTube, and even some of the younger ones, they will put the camera back at an acceptable length. I'm not trying to hide any here things, so I'm going to bring you up very up close and personable so you can actually see my skin when I'm putting this on. Another thing too that I've noticed, that some of the, because I have an older camera, I have a Canon that I'm filming on right now, is the Canon Rebel T6i. This sucker's been around a long time. Now, some of the newer cameras that are out there automatically have filters on them. Did y'all know that? What a difference that can make. But I have not used any filters on any of my videos or any of my pictures, except one that was a funny one. So that doesn't count, not real. When I'm trying to show you real life, what my skin looks like and what the makeup looks like on my skin. So no filters here. So I'm going to bring you in now closer, and we're going to put this on. And what I'm going to do is we're going to do this. I've got my favorite little concealer brush, which is the BK Beauty A506, the little paw brush. I absolutely love this. But then I've also got a damp sponge here. So let's bring you in. Come here, come here, come here. Okay. So you can see, I'm trying to get my face in the center here. All right, so I can even bring you in a little bit closer. But I want to be able to sit up straight and be in frame. But you can see here that I have more redness around my nose. I don't have a lot of, I don't have under eye circles, dark circles. I think that has a lot to do with the veins, how thin your skin is underneath there, and the color of your veins as to how those dark circles appear. Now, I'm not an esthetician by any way or a dermatologist, so I don't know if that's just what it appears to me. Now, I do have, let's see if I can bring you in. Whoops, wrong way. So you can see. Still trying to get enough light in here too so you can see. And I may have to add a little bit of light because it gets darker the closer I get. So, but I have what here's probably from blowing my nose from all the allergies for so many years is little broken capillaries right here. I have a red nose because I'm always blowing my nose, and a little bit redness on my chin. So this is what, but you see that I don't have under eye circles, redness. So you can see my fine lines. Let's see if I can bring you in closer. That's as close as this camera is going to come for where it's sitting. I tell you what, hang tight. We're going to see if I can bring it in another inch to where that is. It's got to focus. So I want to sit on my chair. Okay, trying to get real and close. So that looks like that appears to be. I'm looking in, whenever I look over here to the side, it's because that's where my viewfinder is. So I can see. So let's see if I add a little bit of light to it, if that helps a little bit. I think that does a little bit. So I just want to show you. See the redness right there and everything. So, all right, here's what we're going to do. You know, if you've used this before, you know, it has a little round sponge tip. And so, as it is a corrector as well, we're going to do what the girls do. And I'm going to call them girls because anybody younger than me is a girl. But you can already see that kind of cancels out this. It's already gotten a little bit better. So I'm trying to prime it to get it. Maybe if I do it here. It's not coming out very well. Okay, I'm working on it, so it is, I think it is it's trying to come out. I got it all over my finger over here. All right, so we're going to, there we go. I got it going now. This is what they do. They just put it all over the place. And because it is a concealer and a color corrector as well, we're going to do it on the eyes as well too. Now the thing is, I try not to do too much on my eyes because the skin is so, or under the eyes, the skin is so thin that the more you touch it, the more that it will wrinkle it. So you can already see. So we're going to just put it around everywhere to see what we get. I'm going to put mine on my cheeks. Oh my goodness. All right, I have an itch. Ugh. It's already itching. So you see every place I'm putting it. My chin. I'm sorry, I'm going to try and use this. Putting it up there. Put it in the inner corner. And we're doing this before our foundation. All right, so I've got it sufficiently around the places. All right. And this look like a ghost or a zombie. All right, I'm going to take my BK A506 and I'm just going to pat it in and make sure I've just got it smoothed out. So yeah, so you know these, as we get older, we have different challenges, and the cosmetic companies really, you know, you know, the majority of them still use young models for their for their commercials and for their advertisements. But you know, the thing that always gets me, and I always say, is, you know, who's got more spendable cash? You know, is to, you know, maybe they ought to look at it that way too. You know, it's just like, don't, you know, we've been wearing makeup. I have been wearing makeup for 50 years now. And as opposed to some little girl who is 17 years old and she's beautiful and she's been wearing makeup for 2 years. So, you know, it's, I don't know. I look at it differently. Ladies, my mature friends, do you look at it differently too? And what do you know, I'd love to have your 2 cents about this and how you feel about the industry and how they treat or celebrate the mature woman. So I'm opening up a conversation here. You know, some people talk about, you know, aging. Oh, well, we don't need to be we don't need to be doing, what is it, anti-aging. We should be doing pro-aging. Well, that's all fine and dandy, you know. You know, I feel that it's when somebody is pushing or bringing out their opinion or their narrative, it's because it's something that they're comfortable with. Do you agree or disagree? So let's have a conversation about that as well too. All right. Now, I can tell you right now, I have just smoothed this out with this little brush. It's not bad. I put this on. It's just like, I'm going to go over it with the damp sponge here, but I've never used this other than just under the eyes. So I thought, well, let's just try and see, because they do it, and I mean, when they slather it all over the face, I mean, they slather it. It's just like they probably go through one of these a week, you know, if they used it every day. So I am just taking my damp sponge and just patting that in. And letting the color corrector kind of work. Now here I want to take a step back so you can get the full look here a second. So you can see it brightens up. But look at that. Okay, I never noticed this. I mean, I could literally, and this is kind of enlightening right now, because I could literally just leave this on like this without adding foundation. Look at that. And put some bronzer and blush on and the rest of my makeup. This is an enlightening. You're coming along with me on this journey. Okay, so, but here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to top it off really quick with a foundation because I want to do a little powdering because I want to do kind of like a wear test of this. And that's what I had planned, to do the whole makeup. So if you're interested in me seeing how to do this with no foundation, just some basic makeup on this as a separate video, let me know down below. But for today's purpose, I'm going to use, and I did this a video on this the other day. It's a really nice, this is the Revlon Skin Caring Foundation. And it's got the squalene in it, which is a skincare product. So I'm going to bring out my BK 101 foundation brush. I love the angle of this. I love these brushes, and it's so dang soft. So I'm already surprised with this. This is just, you know, just letting it sit and kind of do its little thing here. Okay. I've got one pump on my hand. Maybe I won't need very much. I'm just going to take a little bit and dot. Now, a lot of people will dot and do it all over at one time. I don't like to do that because I want it to be, by the time I get to the other side, it could have dried up a little bit and I would prefer not to. All right. All right, so I'm showing you with just a little bit of foundation on top of that. What do you think? Get closer for you. All right, so let's do the forehead real quick. There's that. Okay, that section. Now we're going to come over here to the other cheek. We're turning the other cheek, right? All right. And I'm just kind of patting in and swiping a little bit of it. So I'm going to do my nose and my chin. I'm cleaning the rest of it off the back of my hand with my sponge. So I'm just going to tap that in. Now remember, I used it on my eyelids as a concealer, but as it's also a corrector. I've got a little bit of something going on right there. I need to put some tea tree oil on it tonight. Okay. So here we go with the foundation. On top, one pump of the foundation on top of the Age Rewind. What do we think about that? I'd love to see, you're seeing, I'm up close and personal, what you think about this. Now, I'm going to powder really quick. And what I want to do with the powder, the loose powder, I've got here the Maybelline Fit Me powder. And I need a brush. I need a powder brush. Oh, my BK Beauty 102 powder brush. And here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to get all of this over my face. Even my eyes, because I put it on there. Now let's take a look and see what it looks like underneath my eyes. If I can get up here to it. Can you see? Not bad, not bad. Okay. All right, so now what I like to do is, I learned it, I saw it on Wayne Goss years ago, and it's something he did, and I still do it every single time I put makeup on. And that is, I take a makeup setting spray and on top of the powder, and then I use a damp sponge. So today I'm going to be using the Florence, this is Zero Chill Face Mist. So I'm using it as a face mist. I mean, as a makeup setting spray, because it is a liquid form, and it says to shake. You can do it. You don't have to use this as a setting spray, but I do sometimes. But I love that it's a fine mist. So, and just give that just a couple of seconds. And this is on top of the powder. And then, back up and see, I've got my damp sponge here, and then I just take and do it all over the powder. Now, that way I don't have any powdery, cakey look. So, ladies, what do we think? What do you think about using this? It really canceled out. Can you see? It canceled out all my redness here. The eyelids are ready. They're neutral color. All right. I'm going to go away and put the rest of my makeup up, and then we'll chat for another minute. All right. So here is the final look. What do you think? So this is using the Maybelline Age Rewinder Concealer, and putting it on first, and then adding a little bit of foundation. I think it blended quite well. No wonder it's been around for 13 years. So this is actually, I mean, it's a $10 little thing that you need to keep in your arsenal, ladies. I really think so. I'm very happy with it. I think it blended quite well, even on my mature skin. Now, I know it looks flawless on the 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, and probably 40-year-olds that don't have the mature skin. The wrinkles that we have at our age, but you know, we earned every single one of them. So as a concealer, you know, would I buy this over a high-end $40 concealer? Probably. Yeah. So I'm just really happy with it. It covered everything up. I think I'll be using this technique a lot more too, because I think it's got really good coverage. So if you want to see the rest of this makeup look that I did, I have another video that I did that's going to be out soon that will be on this look too. You'll see the thumbnail. I'll have probably the same purple sweater on too. So yeah, so I'm glad you stuck around with me to talk about this stuff. All right, tell me down below, are you still using this? Have you been using it since it came out 13 years ago? What are your thoughts on it? Yeah, I'll leave a link to it down below if you're wanting to. I think Amazon has, you know, if you've got Prime, you can get it for, you know, delivered for free. Every Walmart, CVS, everybody has this still because it is out there. So no wonder it has stood this test of time. But does it work as good for the young women as it does us mature women? Let me know your thoughts on that. I'm going to get out of here now. Ladies, remember what I tell you every single day? I tell you every single day to get up and show up. because you are worth it. So until I see you in my next video, have a very safe and a very blessed day.